Well, at long last, we know which team it is that can be considered the third best team in world football right now, and that is, of course, Croatia. So pretty close win, you would say, for them. Wasn't one of the more easy matches they would have played, but then again, with Croatia, there's never such thing as an easy match. They always tend to take things very
Absolutely.
interestingly deep.
And so they did today as well.
Yeah, and in fact, to be fair, the second half may have lacked a few goals, but truth be told, definitely not lacking much in terms of
In terms, yes, because remember there was a penalty appeal as well that didn't go Croatia's way.
Exactly, so it could
So
have been a bigger match.
So, in many ways, Shane, they've stayed true to their reputation of giving us thrillers and giving us enough entertainment as a football team. Right?
Absolutely. And of course, for Morocco, they would definitely be disappointed. They were definitely disappointed at losing out in the semis to the point that they actually lodged a complaint with FIFA over the levels of, refereeing in that
Yes.
particular match. But as it goes, I mean, leaving that aside, even today they did create a lot of chances. I think they had 9 shots on goal.
9 shots, yeah.
Unfortunately, 2 of those on target, and I think that was their real undoing because they had a lot of possession. They made quite a lot of passing, but just couldn't create too many.
But when we look back at Morocco's performance all through the World Cup, of course that stat that you just shared with our family members is indicative of the way they performed all through the tournament as well.
Absolutely.
Yes, there was attacking intent that we saw from them in today's match and the semi-final, but barring that, they were never a team that was on the offensive.
True, they always preferred kind of sitting deep and looking, for chances on the counter attack.
They
that
were
was
very,
their style.
very good in terms of blocking the shots of the opposition, and they enjoyed, getting dominated in possession. That was something that didn't fret them much.
Yeah.
But that's where the strength also lied.
Absolutely.
Because they scored against Portugal. That goal was it came against the run of play, truth be told. And after that, it was all Portugal. It's just that the Portugal attack wasn't able to breach their defense. Something that France did. But having said that, they did show some spirit in that semi-final. They showed great spirit today as well. We saw them in the final third trying to look for an opportunity, and they weren't just about defense, but it was in the final third perhaps that we saw them struggle again, which is why that shot accuracy went missing.
Yeah, but still is the best performance by any African nation. So massive respect to them. I'm sure, of course, considering the fact that don't forget they have the Africa Cup of Nations coming up
Right
after the World
after,
Cup.
yeah.
So no rest for the weary. But there's going to be a lot of eyes on the Moroccan players and how well it is that they can do or not do in the Africa Cup of Nations, considering just how well they've played here. But again, for Croatia, you can say their golden generation was cruelly denied chance last year to win the World Cup. This year
time
too,
around as well,
same
came
story.
close.
But I mean, considering how golden generations tend to do, a second and third place finish, you could have done much worse.
They could have, they'll obviously be happy when they look back at it, in a few years' time from now, and they would feel that, maybe they could have done a little better.
Yeah.
Because both the times that, they came so close, but having said that, I think there'll be a few proud players in that team.
Absolutely, and as they should be, because again, if you look at the Croatia team, both of 2018 and now, you could pick out some few very obvious limitations.
Absolutely.
And yet both times they made it to the top 4. In one case, they even made it to the final. So
yeah.
they have nothing really to be ashamed of, and third place really is theirs. It's deserved.
Deserved, exactly. And they've been doing so. One of the things that Croatia should be extremely happy and proud about is the fact that now they are challengers. They aren't just participants, they're challengers now.
Correct.
And a lot of credit has to go about the way the team's been managed
Yeah.
and the way the team's been led, and that's where the importance of Luka Modric comes in. He by the way, has performed a role which we don't talk about much.
Exactly.
Yes, of course, he's been a Real Madrid great. But having said that, he's been a Croatia great as well. And he led the team to the finals. Again, played a very, very good 2018. His numbers, when you look at his numbers, perhaps in this edition, they aren't going to be as good looking as they were, let's say, in 2018.
I think his is
but
a game.
his role. It's about his role that those
Exactly.
numbers cannot tell
The whole story.
The whole story. Exactly.
And the thing with him is that his role is such an intense one in the heart of that midfield. At 33, most people said, that was his last chance. 37, he came back 4 years later, 4 years older, still playing the exact same style.
Exact same style. Yes, he's changed his game just a bit, one would say, but Still, he is a magician. Let's say with the ball, and we saw glimpses of that all through the World Cup. Yeah.
And truth is, his class has been evident ever since. I mean, ever since 2018. I mean, he won the Ballon d'Or that year as well. Has remained a mainstay at Real Madrid, showing no signs of slowing down,
relenting. Yeah.
And that's the thing. He's almost a freak in that sense. 37 years old, he can still play like someone 10 years his junior.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. Anyway, that brings to an end this discussion. Of course, now we know who the third best team in the world is according to this World Cup. But tomorrow is when we get to know who the best team in the world is.
Yeah.
France versus Argentina. We can't wait for sure. There's going to be plenty of build-up coming from our side. So stay tuned to Sports Today. But for that, you need to stay subscribed to the channel. So hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, comment, tap the bell icon, all of that stuff. Also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and show the wonderful folks at the AajTak app some love as well. Download the app. You'll get to watch all of the match highlights, including, of course, the highlights from this particular third place playoff.
Yes.
And I'll be going back to check out the second goal. That was amazing. Orsic's goal was really nice. So I'm going to be checking that out, finishing my night. See you all tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye. Take care.